Welcome to another inspirational episode of the Pincast, where you learn to listen and listen to learn. My name is Ryan Quinn, the founder of Ryan Quinn Fitness, Training and Mindset Coaching. With each episode, we will bring on inspirational people who are striving to make a change in themselves, and then inspire you to do the same. And as the old saying goes, keep living, keep strong, and keep our LS. Aboo. Yes, Pincasters, welcome back. So guys, it's been a few months from I've done a Pincast stroke podcast, and guys, that was down to when I was speaking on the last podcast with Mark Weir from Our Kings. I was touching on I was getting mentored, and guys, that very quickly put me in the path of beginning to mentor other people. Something I never thought I would ever do, but I've done it and it's become very, very successful. In that period of, I think our last podcast was maybe, it could have been the start of this year, maybe the end of last year. I have mentored nearly up to 100 people. And today my guest is one of my elite clients. So look guys, I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to go straight in here. And today we have on the hot seat here, Harry Preshur. Harry, welcome to the Pincast.
Cheers, man.
Right, Harry, we're going to get straight in here. You came to me via, actually, my videographer, my producer, my right hand, left hand man here in what I do here right now. He has got me, very viral online with his expertise in video and photography, producing, and that's Ryan Proctor. Ryan, who is one of your clients.
Yep.
Harry, you're a barber.
Yep.
What's the name of your company?
Just Harry's Barbershop.
Where are you based?
Green Island, wee village outside Carrickfergus.
Good. Now, Harry, I'm going to go straight in here and just ask you about your upbringing, from a kid to up to your childhood, primary school, we'll go into your teenage life, and then go into when you hit the 20s, 30s, 40s.
Yeah.
We're not in the 50s yet, so
Thankfully.
So Harry, what was your upbringing like?
So looking back on it, probably traumatic, but at the time it was brilliant. So my real dad left when I was 2. My stepdad, my younger brother's dad, brought me up until I was 14. My childhood, I had a great childhood. What I thought was normal turned out it wasn't normal. Getting beat for stupid things, as in get the crap beat out of me. But like I say, I thought that was normal. I grew up with that there, do you know what I mean? So it was dead on. Wasn't until I was older that I realised, no, that's not how you're meant to bring your kids up.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Then when I was 14, my mum left him and we moved out. My younger brother stayed with him. My older brother joined the army. So it was just me and my mum through my teenage years.
Yeah.
Like any teenager, just run about, got into trouble, started wrong. Wouldn't say wrong about the wrong crowd, just the wrong crowd for me. These boys were a wee bit mental. So they were all great guys, like all 100% guys, but they were just a wee bit too crazy for me. So in my early 20s, I stopped running about with them. Still got into a bit of trouble. Ended up in prison, got out of prison, met the current wife. That's 20 years ago, and I've been with her ever since. Only ever been arrested once since then.
So a couple of things there. The current wife. So
well, sorry, I was going to say the current girlfriend, the partner of the wife. Like right, she's the one. Like.
So she's not just current. She's staying.
She's the one. Oh,
I know. She's the love of my life.
That's the one. That's the one.
Because I don't want to. Smacked over the head with a handbag walking in.
Do you know what? I'd be surprised if she watches the list of this. She'll go, that's security.
So like we'll bring it back there. So there was father issues.
Yeah, I know now. Yeah, but at the time I didn't really get it.
So your own dad, when you were 2, was out of your life?
No, he disappeared. Moved in. He lived in England.
Right. Any contact since?
He's dead now.
Right.
So he died. Flipping, gonna guess somewhere in the last 10 years.
Right.
I don't know. I went to see, he ended up with dementia. So he did, and I went over to see him. and he didn't know who I was when I got there. But when I told him who I was, the smile on his face was unbelievable. But just like that, my uncle, my cousin, my wife walked through the door, and that conversation was gone. We never get that conversation back. But he knew who I was then, which was touching. I'll never forget that. And then he died, and that was it. Do you know what I mean? I was never I went over to forgive him for never being there for me. Do you know what I mean? But he's gone now, so what can you do?
But even to have that slight story to tell, that he smiled when you said who you were.
It's good. Like it's a good story.
It just shows the character of you.
Yeah.
Now then you had a stepfather.
And a stepdad when I was younger, up until I was 14.
And that was physical.
He beat the crap out of me.
Yeah.
He beat everybody, except for my wee brother. He didn't touch my wee brother. But my older brother, my mum, even his daughters, he beat the fuck out of us. Like,
yeah.
That's how he reared us. Like.
And where's he now?
No idea. I have a clue. Trying to stay. I still have contact with my brother, but I don't see us there. Like.
So,
still alive.
At what age were you whenever you basically become just you and your mum?
14.
Right. And to what age?
So 14, probably about 15, my mum met another fella who she's still with to this day. Mm. Lovely fella, really, really nice guy. Like how he sticks her, I never know. Like, but he's a diamond. So yes, he's grounded all the kids. So he's a great guy. But he moved in about 2 years later. So he did, and he's been there ever since. Yeah. But yeah, I was that was me. That was my rebellious years. Like, you're not my dad. You'll not tell me what to do, sort of thing.
The reason I asked that question is there's maybe there's daddy issues here. And I come across like a lot of females, that want to come into the we don't call it it's not a program. Yeah. It's not a. So I've already said that. If I have said it in the podcast here, it's not a program. It's not a course. It's life. Mm-hmm. This is where I made mistakes when I started to do what you did with me. I said it was a program. Like, we're not robots,
yeah.
But a lot of people have father issues, right? So they're overly mothered and overly fathered. Mm-hmm. And that can cause a lot of like my dad's fucking, to me, he's a cool, hard. I was about to say the mofo, let's say.
Yeah.
I used the bad language and had it out of me there. But he raised me, to be. And I've let him down, don't get me wrong. I've let him down myself and some of my behaviours. But I was never overly mothered, Even when my mother was so good to me, she'd say, oh, my Ryan would never do that. So, like, that's what could happen. I'm trying to figure out, is that something maybe that happened to you? You're maybe a mummy. You're not a mummy's boy, but mummy, my Harry.
I'd be a mummy's boy. Like.
Yeah.
So when we were younger, my mum I was always my mum's blue eye. Then in my teenage years, I was my mum's worst nightmare. So it was, but then as I got older, I'm back to being the blue eye again.
Yeah.
Because for years, I tortured her for the stuff that I done. Didn't torture her physically or mentally, just the stuff that I done.
Yeah.
Put her through hell.
So what I mean by overly mothered and underly fathered doesn't mean like, it doesn't mean you're like a wee nice boy, or you just you run around play with dolls or stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It's more you're just overly mothered, and you just you'll do whatever you want. There was no father figure to say, all right, you don't need the fucking the crap beat out of you. You don't need that. But like smack in the ear, or
I would.
You're going to football today,
yeah.
Or you're be it Gaelic soccer. You're going to rugby. Something just a bit of man about you. That you carry yourself well. So like, did that? We know, like, you were in prison. Mm-hmm. What age was that?
The last 23 to 24.
Right, so
when I say the last time, I never ever done big sentences. It was a couple of months here, a couple of weeks there. The last one was a year.
Right, so you done a full 12 months.
Full 12 months.
And like, people out there, I've done prison, right? I got 4 years. People look and say, you only done a year. Go get someone to go out and do a year. See how it feels. 3 months. Do a month in prison.
See there at the time, I had a friend in the jail, and see on a Saturday, you couldn't look at him because he'd visits with his kids, and he just weren't. And I understood But now that I have my own kids, I get it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'd be horrible to go
But
back.
even without kids, Harry, it wasn't
it was
easy.
tough.
Like.
No, it wasn't. It was tough.
Easy.
Like,
Well, like I heard Mike Tyson say this. He says prison was the best time of his life, and I can agree there with Tyson. Now I didn't know what he meant by that, but now that I went into personal development, and you'll likely agree with me here. Like we had a non-negotiable lifestyle in there. Like there was a wake up time. Do you mind getting the milk in the mornings?
yeah.
You got up
Above
to
your
get.
door.
Yeah, and if you didn't get it, it was gone,
Oh.
or it was going to be warm.
Yeah.
You know, it was it was a wake up time, get your milk time, get your breakfast, you know, get your shower. If you got the phone, you know, onto the phone, the pay phone to ring home, or you know, it was go to work, your gym time, your lunch time, your you know, your that chill out time, then back to work time, then back for your dinner time, then your supper time, and then your lock up time.
Yeah.
Them was all non-negotiable habits that we instilled in ourselves. And I think, Harry, whenever you come on board with me, and I will be honest, like your hard work the first few weeks, like, and to be honest with you, it was a great test for me, because I was about to chuck you out of the program, just give you your money back and say, here, away you go. But you proved me wrong, like you proved everybody wrong, even people in the group. But I think maybe your non-negotiable habits in prison really kicked in with you, you know, as this life change in the past. What, you're 4 months now?
Yeah.
Like in 4 months, people said, you can't change your life in 4 months.
Oh, yeah.
You like even looking across this table at you now, you know, the weight you've dropped, even the biceps on you, you know, even, you know, your hair, your skin, like everything's changed, you know, inside 4 months. Did you feel that a spell, not we're going to say everybody go to prison, that a spell in prison really has benefited you?
It was enough to keep me from going back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's sort of, well, I don't know if it benefited me much. I get what you mean by the non-negotiables.
Yes, and
in that sense,
yes.
yeah. In that sense, it was easy to sort of go, right, you know, these in there, but it's non-negotiables that you have no control over.
Yeah.
This is just the way it is. Whereas out here, you have to hold yourself accountable to those non-negotiables. So yeah.
So like at right now, name your non-negotiables right now.
Wake up time, walk a dog, do my push-ups, go to the gym, work out, and then now I'm trying to implement the cold plunges every day.
Yeah.
The days was horrible. 5 minutes in, it started raining on me. I thought, my God, there's no way I can sit here. But I did. What I've got in the habit of doing, see when I'm in there, start having a conversation with myself about stuff. And yesterday was about painting the back of the house. I can't remember what today's one was about, but I was sitting having conversations with myself, and like, you don't realise the time that you're in there.
So prison, what was your non-negotiables?
Get up in the morning, grab your milk, get to the bathroom, go to the toilet, brush your teeth. You can say if you can't use the phone. Didn't use the phone much the morning. I didn't really do much phone calls. Get my breakfast, get myself ready for get up, get out that door, and get that Weetabix before everybody else gets it. Yeah, so you had to be out that door straight away and grab it before everybody else got it. Do you know what I mean? And then, like I say, brush your teeth, go to the toilet, do all your, in the end, back in and then away to work.
It's just the same thing as out here.
Aye, it was, yeah.
But the only thing is, out here you can skip them.
Yeah. Oh, aye.
And there you can't.
And there you can't skip it.
So why skip them out here?
So people get comfortable, don't they? Do you know what I mean? People get too comfortable.
You don't get comfortable in prison.
Who is it? Is it Jacko? Jacko Wank does the one about the alarm clock going off. You just want to hit the snooze. You just want to sit there and chill. I hate that.
Why did you not hit snooze in prison?
You couldn't hit the snooze in prison. You had to get up. You had to get up. So you had to get up. Somebody was blathering your door. And
why do you not hit snooze now?
why did I not hit snooze now? Because I need to get up and get at it. Yeah. If I don't get up in the morning and get at it, I will not do it. See, if I leave my work out after work, I'll not do it. I know I'll not do it. I like to have, depending on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, shop closes at 6. I like to think by 6:30, 7, that's me done for the day. Where I wouldn't have got at the start, but I'm like, now, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock on a Thursday, 6, 7 o'clock on a Friday, and then every 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock on a Saturday, and then off Sunday.
So in prison, were you training?
Not at the start, no. So I've done 3 months in Macabre, 23-hour lockup. No workplaces, no nothing. I was 23-hour lockup, and that was it. You were locked in the cell for 23 hours a day for the first 3 months. That's just the way it fell for me. I don't think everybody's like that, but it's just the way it fell for me. It didn't bother me. I was all right about it. Then when I went up on the McKilligan, 6 months up there. I would have went in, did a bit at the end of the wing and used the treadmill and stuff.
Yeah.
But not much. I didn't use it much. But when I went over to Foilview, I used the gym 4 days a week.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and every other Saturday, because I was out every other Saturday. And the guy I trained with was a guy from Oma, and he was out the opposite Saturday, and he didn't train legs because he had a scar on his leg from a car crash. So when he was out, I trained legs on the Saturdays when I was there on my own.
Yeah.
And every now and again, when I went run the pitches with a few guys, a few rugby players that were in there, they'd have been into the running, so I went and run laps at pitches with them as well.
And like even that Foilview, but that's more of a, that's like you go to McGabra's category A, you go to McGilligan, it's category C maybe, when you go to Foilview's category D. So like people knock the prison system. Me looking back on it, if you work the system properly, if you're non-negotiable with the system, right, it would help you, you know, to go out into the real world again a better person. Mm-hmm. It does, like, you know, you said there, you have your treadmills and the wings that you can use, you've got them bits of, all that stuff's there, right? It's your personal development that destroys that. So if you want to develop yourself inside to be a complete scumbag, right, which at times I was doing on and off, you know, was doing things in there I shouldn't be doing, right? Mm. But all the non-negotiable habits are in there for you, you know, the training, I worked in the kitchen as well, so the food was good. Like, people think, oh, if it's steamed, once it's cooked, it's put into the steamer, it sits there all day, and by the time you get it, it's soft, but it's still good food, right? Everything was there for you to use or abuse, one of the two, right? Mm-hmm. I used it and abused it, and I used it and abused it, and you know, as I say, Foilview was setting you up to go to outside because you weren't locked up all day. No. You were locked. You were closed in a
you were locked in your. It's not a porta cabin, but it's like a.
It's a big, massive
like
porta cabin
with 16 rooms, I think, was in it. And everybody had their own key to their own door, and all it was staying on. You could just come and go as you please. So like, at night time, you were locked in there. That was it. But you could come and go as you please, in and out, everybody all night if you wanted to.
And like, there's still messing about going on in there too. Like, when I was in there, there was 16 of us got 3 days in the SSU, which is solitary confinement. It was brutal. You know, 3 days in a room with just a mattress, a pillow, a blanket, a Bible, and a piss pot. Yeah, pissed or shit on it. You get out for 15 minutes a day to get washed because there's a pile of drugs, phones, steroids, and all that found in the toilet under the floor. The floor was peeled back the lino, took the boards up, put them on there, put it back down again. It was found. Nobody admitted it, so everybody got 3 days in SSU and then back to basic. So you're back up into the wings.
Back up into the wings,
back at the HITS blocks, and I had to build it. Took me 12 to 16 weeks to get back there again. You had to build it all back up again. So, like, you know, you still can, people think, oh, you're down in there, it's a holiday camp. You can...
No, it's not. No, you can still fuck it up for yourself.
Yeah, so like, you could... Your non-negotiable habits in there have to be non-negotiable. Yeah. And you're caught fucking about, you're back,
you're gone.
Back to square one.
Yeah.
So, like, Harry, what... Right, so you got out of prison when?
2004.
After 12 months?
After 12 months.
12 months is a long time, like.
Yeah.
12 months is a long time. You've done 4 months with me.
Yeah.
You know, and like 4 months me and you've become best mates.
Yeah.
What do you think of
it? I love them group Zoom calls. Like,
you know?
I live for them Zoom calls.
Like, I was 20 minutes late here, and you're in right and
straight in it. Boss is late.
You're giving it to me, you know. So like that's the kind of friendships we've created in there.
Yeah.
You know, and like Harry, you know, nobody's made a difference in. You know, in that group, like there's multi-millionaires in there.
Oh, aye.
You know, there's people in there getting by, and there's people in there that are well off.
Yeah.
Nobody's made a difference. I don't care who you are, what you have. You're just the same.
Yeah. Oh, aye. Everybody gets treated the same in there. Like,
you know, like it's like, you know, if someone sends me something and it's not aligned with what we do, they're told to basically nicely fuck off.
No.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, so we'll get to that stage there, Harry, because like you asked me a really good question there. Now, it was a stupid question, but I love stupid questions because I can give an answer to a stupid question. You don't ask it again. but like if the one about what happens next, we'll get to that stage.
Yeah.
But all right, so you got out of prison in 2004.
2004.
So where did life go then when you get out?
So I got out of prison 2004. I met my wife. I met her while I was in there, and we started dating when I came out, which was 4th of June. So we have an anniversary every year, so 4th of June.
Was your wife in prison?
No, she just came up to visit. She came up with another girl, a female friend of mine, to come up and visit me, and we just started phoning her. So I started phoning her after that, and then we started dating as soon as I got out. Then by Christmas time that year, that's for story actually. So by Christmas time that year, she fell pregnant. By February, if not January, I was kicked out. She threw me out, hated my guts, and despised me. So life went a wee bit shit from there in until the June 25th, 2005, I took an absolute wonder kicking. I mean, people dead for fucking less than what I took, twice in one day. I had a big scar in the back of my head, so I have where my skin got folded over and got stapled back together. Lost my sense of smell, so it did. It was brutal, like. So it was. Just get it out there. I hold no grudge to anybody. Fucking shit happens. Get on it. Do it. So that happened. Then my son was born June, 2 months later. We got back together. About 6 months after that there, I got my arm broke. Well, no, it wasn't 6 months, about 9 months after that I got my arm broke because a fella was trying it on with her while she was pregnant with my ween and I wasn't in the house. So when he got out of jail, he got the shoeing, he got the doings in front of all his mates. But a bit stupid move on my behalf, like, but the opportunity was there and I took it. Got my arm broke for it. So if you ever see a photograph of my son's first birthday, you'll see him sitting on my left knee, hiding the plaster from my knuckle to my shoulder. Didn't want it sitting on camera, so I had him there to hide all that there. And then after that, that was it. That was me. I retired from the violence after that. I thought, fuck this, it's not worth it. Like, stop drinking at the weekend, stop going out, stop going to bars. I'll go into a bar, but my mates crack up because I'll go into a bar and leave a full pint sitting out the door. Text one of them, that's me away home, mate, see you soon, turn the phone off, away. So when they go out, they don't ring me as much anymore. Nearly 20 years later of me skipping out because so you say somebody, fuck's sake, stay up, behind Ormond. Fuck that, I'm out the door away. Because I know what it brings to me. To me, it brings the violence and I've got a family to worry about now, I'm not in that shit no more. But yeah, so that was that. Let me see, we got back in the car, got the arm broke, then my daughter was born, about, she's 2 years younger than him, so about, not long, about a year after that there it would be, and then the other one born 2 years after that there. And so my kids, I always say when they were in high school, one in first year, one in third year, one in fifth year. So the only one that left the high school now is the youngest one. He's fourth year, so he is. He a bad sailor, like, so but he's mad. He likes to make the money. Work ways, I've always worked. The only time in my life I've never worked is because I didn't want to work.
Yeah.
So I had a spell on the brew here, a spell on it there, and all. But I've always worked, and I think it's important to be. Like, they don't have to be the main breadwinner in the house, but Dad certainly has to be working.
Yeah.
Like, I took them kickings, like I put on DLA for the rest of my life,
yeah.
And I had them kids, and I thought there's no way I was not sitting about the house. My kids have to see me work.
Yeah.
So I did have a mental health spell. That was that. Let me see, 2011, 2012. I did come out. I did come out of work for a while then to get my shit together, and then started getting my shit together. Started the barber in 2013.
So that is the first time you started barbering?
Started barber in 2013.
Yeah, for someone else, or did you open your own place?
No, I went and worked for other people up until for the first 4 years, and then opened my own shop after that. There, opening my own shop was never something I wanted to do. It's just the opportunity came up. I thought,
what was the mental health problem you had in 2012 before you opened your barbers?
Just everything coming down the top of me because of the beatings, because of the kickings that I got, and then finding out who done it and the things that's happened to me and the side effects of it.
There's a lot of stuff there. It was coming out of prison, right? There was the pressure of the relationship, was it going to work, was it not going to work. Then becoming a dad. Then
coming at that 3 times with all this, and
then
the pressure of having to be the provider.
have you 3 kids or 4?
I've got 3. So we've got 4 altogether.
Yeah.
The 3 of them are mine.
Yeah.
But the oldest boy gets
Yeah.
treated just the same as everybody else. That's not he's just gets treated like my son. I know his dad. I went to school with his dad.
Yeah,
his
that
dad
one there is the guy says to a lot of people, you know, it's easy to become a father, but it's not easy to be a dad. You know,
Oh,
so
that's
like
true.
you took that young boy on,
Yeah.
you know, and raised him as his dad. You know,
Well, I mean, yeah, I certainly be a father figure in his life, but I'm not his daddy, and he knows that. And we've had that conversation from the word go, because I had a stepdad, and my stepdad wasn't a nice person.
Yeah.
So I wanted him to make sure he had a relationship with his own dad. He knew who his own dad was.
Yes.
I went to school with his dad, so I did. And we never hung about much, like, but we knew each other. We still know each other. But he gets treated the same as everybody else. So he does.
So it was a build up of prison, kids, relationships,
the pressures of becoming a dad,
fights,
and the mental health,
stuff like that. Just all got on you.
Just all got on top of me. And I remember I was sitting outside the brew one day. I wasn't going into the brew. I just happened to be outside the brew one day, and I just broke down the car and phoned Lifeline.
Yeah.
And it just all snowballed. That didn't happen straight away, but over a period of time, it all just got better and better and better. From
so you made that call.
Yeah, had to.
You know, I watched, like, yesterday was World Suicide Day or whatever it is. To me, every day is that.
Yeah.
You should look out for someone. There's always this special day for everything. To me, it's every single day you wake up. It's a new day. You should look after everybody around you, and people should look after you too. You know, I've set boundaries in my life, and I know you have as well. And when you set boundaries, people don't like those boundaries because they can't get what they used to get from you. So, you know, tell a point, like, you have to help everybody around you, but they have to help you too. So, like, you know, making a phone call, massive. Like, that's a massive thing to do. That's brave. You know, and there's people out there now, and, like, I look into the camera here and know, like, I've been there. I've been suicidal. But I know why I was suicidal. It was what I was taking, you know. It was what I was drinking. It was what I was eating. It was the people I was hanging around with. It was the places I was in. It was the things I was doing. All those things. And yes, the stuff that was, you know, the trail of destruction that I left behind me. Like, I'm not going to sit here, look you in the eye, say you're a perfect person. You know, all those things that happened in your life, it was your fault. You know, nobody ever made you do it. Nobody put a gun to your head and says, Harry, do this. Harry, do that. Harry, you know, and me too. Mm-hmm. So once you actually sit back, and life's a mirror. It's not a window. Yeah. You know, I can look at you now and see me and you can look at me and see me and you and me.
Yeah.
Are old people. But we now can see each other and each other, how we live our lives now. So, like, as I say to people out there, you know, well, life's worth living. Like, we're sitting here now doing a podcast. I was in prison it'll be 21 years ago from what happened to me this month, and never forget it. You never, ever forget it, and forget what I caused on other people, my own people, and other family and friends, all those people. So, like, life is worth keeping, you know, making that phone call, reaching out to that person.
It is, because you know, it's sitting back now looking at what I could have done. It's the ripple effect on everybody around you. But what does it say? Like, tomorrow is a better day. Like, there's always, you know, what you're going through today. Like, what I've noticed is a lot of people go through some stuff, and you'd look at them and go, he's fucking serious. Like, is that really weighing you down? But it really is weighing them down. Do you know what I mean? But it takes, I like to talk to people who go through some mental health stuff, because I've been there. I can identify with what they're going through. Do you know what I mean? But it doesn't matter. It's some of the stuff I'm going, are you fucking serious? That's really getting you down. It obviously is. Yeah. So, I mean, I might find it trivial, but to them, it's a really hard thing. So, I mean, but then some people don't fucking help themselves either.
Pain is pain. Yeah. Whether it's physical, whether it's emotional, pain's pain. It's how you can switch that off. You know, you fall and cut your knee now, that's pain. Some people will react. Somebody can fall, hit their knee. I see kids falling, hit their knee, bounce straight back up and going. And then other kids fall, hit their knee, and it's just a roaring crying match. Pain's pain. It's how you you can deal with it.
Yeah.
You know?
What the main thing is what you're going to do to get out of it.
Well, people, I used to...
What is it Einstein says? You do the same thing over and over again, expect a different result, is the definition of insanity.
Yeah.
You need, if you're going through some stuff, you need to change
My pain mechanisms were alcohol, drugs, you know, shitty food, you know, going to the gym one day, not going the next day. You know, they'll just become people, places and things. So people are drinking and taking drugs, I was hanging around them. If there's drinking, drugs and in a place, I was there, you know, and then the things were the drinking, drugs.
Yeah.
They were my coping mechanisms until one day, almost 3 years ago, I just said, it's over. I just stopped it all. Had a wee bit of a go at it again for a few months, realised it wasn't for me, realised the life that we live now, all right? And we'll touch on drink and drugs or whatever had any effect in your life. Not everybody, and you know us in our elite team, have an issue with drink or drugs. People think, oh, you go into this here, it's all about drinking drugs.
No,
it's not.
It's not.
You know, there's gambling, there's drink, there's drugs, there's food, there's people overweight, there's people, you know, just like we've had people got hair transplants in the group, and like just people just constantly like bettering themselves.
There is the group's full of winners. That's what I tell people. They say what about the groups? Everybody's a winner.
You know, so all right, we're getting to that point of, you know, in the past few years, like from COVID, like if we can put Harry's, we'll see if Ryan can put your before and after up here at the minute. You know, you started to make changes in around COVID.
Yeah.
You know, so like take us from there.
So I opened my barbershop in 2017, and from 2017 to COVID hit in 2020, I worked 6-7 day weeks. I knocked my fucking pan in, helping not just build my own business, but helping other people get their kickstart in the barbering industry. I've helped a lot of people get started. When COVID kicked in, fuck it, it's horrible for me. It was brutal. Everybody thought, furlough, fucking, we're doing this, we're doing that. I had literally had all my savings and just bought a fish and chip shop.
Yeah.
The ink wasn't even dry on that contract, and they shut everything down. I was like, where the fuck am I going to get this money back from? And people go, sure, you're fucking doing that. I get tortured by cops for my barbershops. It was mad. It was surreal the way it happened. So one shop I had a fish tank. Went down every other day to make sure the fish were fucking fed and make sure it was clean. No sooner in that barbershop, the cops were all over me. The other barbershop, it was bigger, so I had a gym at the back of it for me and the boys to use. It was mainly me that used it, well, tried to use it. And cops were all over me. As soon as I went in there, cops were on me. I swore as I sit here now, I was not doing haircuts. And the cops had me fucking tortured. I didn't do haircuts for the first 2 lockdowns, but on the third one, everybody else is doing it, you know what I mean? But they tortured me for it. But so between the COVID and I done a bit of exercising over the first lockdown, but the weather was great. Do you know what I mean? The weather was fantastic. So I was out doing a bit of running. And then between that one and I actually caught COVID between Christmas and New Year's 2021. And that first photograph, that was me in and around that time. If you actually look at that photograph, my missus hates it because I'm actually stoned in it as well. And the belly's hanging down over my boxers now. It was an absolute maze. But that's why I caught it, because I wasn't looking after myself. Yeah. I wholeheartedly believe that's why I caught it. Because I was too busy round everybody else and not looking after myself. My immune system was down. Everything was shit. It was just crap. So I was lying in my bed. I couldn't move for 5 days. Like, I really could not move out of my bed. I was beat. But the only thing I could think of was get to the gym. See, when this is over, I need to get in the gym. I need to start working out. I need to start looking after myself. And I did. So from February after that there, in the January, start of February, I started hitting the gym. So I went to CrossFit for a while. I enjoyed the CrossFit. It was brilliant. It was good crack. CrossFit's it's not easy, but it's easy in the sense you don't have to think about it. You just turn up and do it. And that's it. And it doesn't matter what level you're at, everybody's doing the same thing. And then I kept being sick. It was too physically demanding. I kept pushing myself, and it was killing me. So I left and thought, right, I'll start lifting weights for a while, and then take it for a while, see how it goes. And started lifting the weights 22, would have been around Christmas time, 2022 maybe, and I've just been in the gym ever since, just lifting the weights. I thought I'd do it for a while and stop. I did it flat out until October, November last year, and I hurt my elbow, and I was out for 5-6 months. But what I realised is that I was ego lifting. I lifted the same weights as a wee lad at 20, and I think to myself, right, you can't train like that anymore. Do you need to stop fucking going for max reps to big heavy lifts and just... So I was out for a while, and then when I got back in, this is when I contacted you and got onto your program and started working out from then.
On my what?
Oh well, sorry.
It's not a program.
Yeah, it's not a program. It's not. Do you know what I mean? Contacted you and started following you and taking my... So,
like, we've got this stage of you're talking about my favourite thing here. You know what my favourite thing is? Me.
Well, yeah.
You know, I want that to be your favourite.
Everybody is an A-star. What's the one thing you're an A-star student on? The story of your own life.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing everybody can talk about forever, is the story of their life.
I tell everybody in my team, they want their favourite thing has to be them. All right? They got it. I said, but me. You want to love yourself. All right? And that's what whenever, like, even when people's hitting on me, you know, I say they're talking about my favourite thing, me.
No,
the more people's talking to me, the more people's going to have eyeballs on me. Like, we looked the other day, there like over 600,000 people has watched me on my Instagram over the last 30 days. Right. You know, even though just say 11,000 followers, I don't even look at followers. And like me and Ryan Proctor spoke about this here, it's all about eyeballs. It's getting people watching you. You don't need the followers, you don't need the likes, it's all about people watching you, you know? So like, how did you find me?
When I got out of COVID, I got talking to a guy who's a sports therapist, and he told me about Wes Watson.
Yeah.
So I started following Wes Watson.
So Wes, anybody's listening, Wes Watson's my mentor.
Yeah. So I started following Wes and thought, this guy talks a lot of sense here. Like, a bit mad the way he does it, but my message cracks up when I put it on the TV. But that was it. Around COVID, I got on to him, and then I started following him. And I told everybody about him. I said, guys, you gotta watch this guy. You gotta watch this guy. This guy's fucking nuts. So got on to him. Then I went from Wes. I thought Wes's program, the basic one.
Yeah,
the basic one with him. And then after a while, I went with Yo Guerrero. So I did, and I enjoyed his. His was good, but I just couldn't make the Zoom calls because he was California, and the timing was off. But he still, every so often when I put a reel up, he'll like it, and he'll follow me, and he'll still follow me. And he messaged me, says, are you ever going to get back on? And I said, I wrote back, like, Arnie, I'll be back. He thought, brilliant. Within a week, Ram was in getting his haircut and says to me, he says, I'm working with a guy who's mentoring Wes Watson. And I thought, there's no way. So I started looking up your stuff. And then I thought, well, why send my money to America? We can send it to Arbo. Yeah. So I'd rather keep my money here and send it to America. And that's when I contacted you.
And like, obviously I'm not gonna compare myself to these guys, but you did their programs. What have you found different in working with me and the team?
Being able to get involved with a team, right? For me, the weight training wasn't hard because I've been in and around the gym since I was 20. So the app is easy to follow. You can't, an idiot can follow that app. Like, do you know what I mean? It's so easy. So doing the weights, the intensity of it was a bit much, but I did enjoy it. Yeah. And the Zoom calls, I live for them Zoom calls. Like, I really do. Because they say you're the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Yeah. So I've went on now, and everybody, we all sort of follow each other on Instagram, and I have everybody on notifications.
Like that thing is, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. I don't believe in that. I believe, show me your habits, and I'll show you your future, right? So your friends are your habits, your food's your habits, your training's your habits, the places, the places, the people, and the things where you are is your habits. Mm-hmm. So show me all those, and I can show you your future. But Harry, I will be honest. When you come into the group, like, you were a week away from getting your money back and going, because I was going to put you out. Like, there's no point telling you a lie.
No, I've said this to you. You've said
you were coming on, like, whatever way you were mentored before you come to me, you weren't mentored, right? Maybe the difference I feel in what I do with people is I give them more of me, and I see you'd agree with that. If you message me, I message straight back.
Yeah.
If you say to me, I want a call, I'll come on a call. Where these other mentors, you're not going to get that. That's not going to happen. If you are going to do it, you're going to pay big money for it, So like the smoking, you were coming on to your story smoking. You're coming on your stories ranting. You were getting into the ice bath smoking. You come on this call one night and I could see you vaping. But the thing about it is, like, I was looking at him, I go, right, this boy's tatted up here, bit of a beard on him, he's a rough kind of a rogue here. I'm going to have a fucking issue here, like. But I'm ready to rock and roll with him, like. So like when I told you to do something, you did it. That's what is massive about Harry Preshur. And this is why Harry is going to be something massive in the future. You're only 3 months in here, right? 4 months, and you're coachable. Doesn't matter what I ask you to do or tell you to do. You don't come and say, you actually take it on board, and it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And this is why you sit here now. Your body fat, you've dropped with 10% body fat, right? You're just willing. Like you said to me the other day, and we'll go back to goes on the call. You the 90 days done. Right, what's next? I goes, Harry, what's next? Another 90 days.
I was loving it.
What you have achieved in 90 days, what is another 90 days not going to bring to you? It's like, you're already in my inbox the other day. You'd love to do a personal training course. And he says to me, am I past it? I says, no, you're not. There's people that are going to go to you that aren't going to go to me. And I've said this here to a lot of people, like what I do, right? What I do now, this mentoring, right? You cannot, I was put off it with people that do it because they were telling people what to do, like I do you, non-negotiably. But around the corner, they're taking a blast of coke. They're smoking. They're drinking. They're eating shitty food. They're not training. They don't know how to help people get trained. And that put me off, I said this to one of the, Declan. No, Declan. Declan's done brilliant. Declan came on me the other day, wants to start his business back up, roofing. And, I said, and he's been to a couple of wee different things like Napoleon Hill and stuff like that. And he said to me, he says, you're not a Bob Proctor. He says, you're not a Napoleon Hill. You're not a, what do you call your other man there? Tony Robbins. Mm-hmm. He says, you're Ryan Quinn. He says, I know you haven't studied any of those books. I haven't studied any of these people.
No,
I don't read their
I'm
books.
surprised that they're because I've studied Napoleon Hill. Like.
I don't read any of those books, but I actually carry out what these guys do.
Yeah.
And he says, you just have your own twist in the way you do it. But I can teach people how to lose body fat. I can teach people how to build muscle. Some of these guys here that I'm talking about can't do that. I've got a lot of ingredients that I can bake this big cake now. Jared's in there as well. Mm-hmm. Jared's our mindset coach, He's in there. And he doesn't know how to get in shape. So I teach him how to do that.
He's doing all right.
Yeah, he's getting there, So like, it just goes to show, that you can be whatever you want to be. You're sitting here now, best shape of your life, mindset wise, your mindset is completely and utterly changed. I can't, I throw my hands up and say, I was about to put you out the door. I was actually going to, I was going to call around and say, what have you sent my old man? But I had to learn to be patient, with someone. And you tested my patience. It was the best thing ever happened to me. So whenever someone else comes in, that's a wee bit, ranting and smoking and so on and so forth, I know that we can cut this all down, and bring out the best version of you. So, Harry, I'm going to go into a few questions here. So I asked, people, close to me, just to ask me, give me questions to ask, the guest. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to start off with, so here's some testimonial questions. That's what we'll call them. So the first one, was there anything you were skeptical about before joining?
Well, no. So obviously, yes, so the money side of it, right? I was thinking, fuck, that's a lot of money, right? And I sort of thought, right, but I actually broke it down into per day. It's not actually that much. It's not actually that dear. I would waste more in the shop anyway. I would waste more in a New Season sweet shop anyway. Do you know what I mean? So bringing it down to the daily wasn't a problem. But then knowing, I would all check out your Instagram and knowing who you're being mentored by and following him for a few years. I have a lot of people on my Instagram who are all doing what you do.
Yeah.
But they're all in America.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So to get somebody local to doing what they're doing, it was no problem for me. Like, yeah. I was in, so it was.
So whenever you started
the Mindset Anonymous,
yes,
that's what Raven coined that. It was a cracker. That was brilliant. The main goal was to get in shape, to get ripped. To be honest, to get ripped, to be at my age and be able to get ripped is the main thing. Because, like I say, them guys that I follow, a lot of them are in and around my age group. So they're America, but they're in and around my age group, and they're all ripped.
Yeah,
I'm thinking, I want some of that. Like, do you know what I mean? I want to look like that. Do you know what I mean? Why not? At my age, certainly. I know a lot of boys would love to be in that shape. Do you know what I mean? Well, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't want to be in their 40s and be ripped?
Yeah.
Seriously, like,
yeah.
It's easy for wee lads in their 20s to get ripped, but to get ripped in your 40s is hard.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because you've got all those years of those bad habits to get rid of, first of all, and then start getting the good habits in. So if I can do it, anybody can do it.
So that my next question was, what has been your biggest achievement?
Losing that body fat.
Yeah.
Dropping that body. And do you know what? If I had a day lift food in quicker, I probably would have dropped more. It took me a long time without having to go and say, can you do me exactly what I have to eat here? Yeah. Like a fucking pussy. I had to work it out for myself.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to work it out. And it took me a long time to say no to the breakfast wraps, no to the Chineses. Do you know what I mean? They were my breakfast wrap on a Saturday morning and a Chinese a Friday night, and they made me another breakfast wrap on a Sunday before I go play golf.
Yeah.
They're the hardest ones, which worked out all right because the guy who brings the breakfast wrap on a Saturday, he's on a fitness journey too. Yeah. So he stopped bringing the breakfast wrap on a Saturday. I thought, thank you.
So like a breakfast wrap's not the end of the world, right? But the thing about it is I say to people, go drink the alcohol. Go eat the shitty food. Go get fucked up. Go feel fucked up. That's what it does to you, like.
You do feel groggy the next day, don't you? Like the Chinese, I'm not going to lie, I still have a Chinese on a Friday night, right? But the rest of my eating, I'd say my only bad habits at the minute are Friday night, Saturday morning, Sunday morning, and smoking. They are my only bad habits. See, my food choices are way better than what they were. Way better than what they were. I'm actually watching what I'm eating. And so my bad habits at the minute are the smoking, which I'll get to when I'm ready, the eating crap food. But my food choices are way better.
You know, so look, I'll ask this one here. You know, how have you seen that this has benefited your work, your family, and your overall life?
Massively. Because I'm sort of in it, I think I'm toddling along. But a lot of people have said to me, fuck, you look great. I actually had one girl say to me, are you getting ready to do a show? Yeah. No, I'm not, but thanks very much. Like, so that there boosts confidence. And the confidence then translates into everything else, my work, my family life, stuff, time with the kids. I've definitely got a lot of confidence. When a situation arises, I've only had one major one lately, and I spoke to you, I reached out to you and spoke to you about it, because I've never really do things like that. I would never really go to somebody with my problems, but I reached out, and you pretty much told me to fuck up and sort it out, just stop being a bitch, and I thought, I actually needed to hear that. So I actually needed to hear that.
That was only a week there was only a week you were in you just had the headlights on.
That was literally at the end of an 80 days. That was in and around that time. That was,
and like, you pull through that. If you pull through that, you'll pull through anything.
See, now I'm sort of going, like, we were on the Zoom call last night, people talking about throwing stones. I'm actually looking forward to the next one. Yeah. To see how I deal with it. So I'm looking forward to the next stone being thrown to go, right, how am I going to deal with this? And I think I'll be all right. I know I'll be all right.
2 more quick questions. So you have mentioned there about the community. What's it like to be part of a community? Like people that would come into this and think, oh, I don't want other people to know who I am, what I am, where I am. What do you feel have been like having people, like-minded people, and as Raymond called it, mindset anomalous?
It's brilliant.
You know?
I love it. I really look forward to the Zoom calls every week. And now that the times have changed all them, sort of helps me because part of my non-negotiables is bed at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, so
I didn't do it the last couple of times because I've been enjoying the chat in the group, but one of my non-negotiables is bed at 10 o'clock every night. But I love being in them group chats.
Yeah. We have people in them group chats in north of Ireland, England, we've had Australia, America, Romania.
They're from everywhere.
Everywhere, you know. Yeah. So the last one here, if you could sum up your results in a few words, what would it be?
I'd go for one. Amazing would be the main one, like, because I got more than I was hoping for. I really did get more than what I was hoping for. I was hoping for a nutrition plan, a workout plan. I got way more. I got that, but I got more as well. I got the Zoom calls. I got the community. I got me and Aidan yesterday were texting each other about the weather.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Other than being in those Zoom calls, I would never have met that fella. Yeah. I would never have met him. Do you know what I mean?
So, like, if
we're talking about doing cold water dips together as well, but because of where we live, it's hard to get.
It's going to be a whole different Christmas for everybody now.
Yeah.
You know, that's I say anybody sitting on the fence that was thinking of coming in to do this, like,
jump over it.
You know,
definitely jump over it. Like it's because all right, you get access to yourself 24/7.
Yeah.
But it's the other people as well that's the best bit. Like because of some of them are in America, there's always somebody online.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you're able to ping each other at any time. The guy would hear from Jared and I would hear from Claire 2 or 3 times a week. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I'd send them stuff that I see and they'd send me back. The guy was on the Jared the other day. He sent me back about an audiobook. He says, get this here audiobook. So
Jared's the mindset coach. And like, you know, I'm not breathing down your neck bar if you do something wrong.
Yeah.
If I see you online that's going to direct attention to you, that's going to be negative, that's going to affect you, I come straight in to say, stop.
Yeah.
Like you've seen me doing it with Aidan, you've seen me doing it even with the new lad, Dara.
Yeah.
You know, there was Dara that yesterday put up, I got him to shoot a video, 6,000 plus views, shooting our video, 6,000 plus views. Then he decided just to do one his own way again, we'd done 800 and something views. And I was straight on him and I showed him the proof of, if you don't do what Ryan and other people have taught me, you're not going to get the eyeballs on you, you know. And the good thing about it, they're all coachable, no problem. It's not that I'm trying to be a bully. I'm only teaching people what you have to learn to listen before you listen to learn. And that's one of my one-liners for the podcast is, and once you are coachable, things like I got coached by many people around here. I never listened because I thought I was been insulted by them. And now I look back and I say, you know, that ego of mine had to go. Ego. So Harry, you know, it's been amazing having you on the podcast, but it's even more amazing having you as a friend now, even though it didn't start off that great.
Yeah, start off at
but you know
what? It's cheers for sticking with me. Like that. I love
it. It's what I call it. It's just for me and for Ryan introducing me to you. Like you're a character, you know, and you know, I'm just can't wait to see how the next 90 days go. So guys, that is it from this series here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed. I know you will enjoy Harry. And guys, if you want to jump on board, you're welcome. If you want any more information, just drop me a message and any of my IG, Facebook handles. They'll be up here. You can get me on TikTok, or you can just get me simply through email or through one of the team if you know them. So guys, I hope you're having a great day, great night, wherever you are in the world. And you know the old saying, keep your LS a boy.